Yeah, I think one of my fondest memories, and I was really thinking about it a lot, and
Mm.
I would say was really going to Gujarat.
Mm-hmm.
And this might seem maybe a bit weird to anyone who's listening, but when I was living in Bangalore,
Mm.
someone showed me the video of Little Poland in India.
Mm.
And I watched it and I found this so interesting because I've never learned about this part of Indian and Polish
Mm-hmm.
history.
Mm-hmm.
And I was started to read and even watch the documentary.
Mm.
Maybe we can even link it here somewhere. But there is even a whole documentary on this topic about Maharaja, who
Mm.
saved 1,000 Polish children during World War II. And they really stayed in a small town in Jamnagar, Gujarat. And
Mm-hmm.
I found so interesting, also so beautiful, the story,
Mm.
and also the documentary. I was very touched, and
Mm.
I wasn't aware about this part of history before I moved to
Mm.
India.
Mm.
So I researched a lot, and then
Mm.
I had this plan. I will go to Jamnagar and go to this place where these children were held.
Mm.
And this seemed like a crazy plan because I
Mm.
tried to research how to get there, and
Mm.
it didn't look that easy. You know,
Mm.
I was like, okay, it's not like I'm taking a flight and I'm going to an
Mm.
institution. It
Mm.
was more tricky
Mm.
to get there because
Mm.
it was a super tiny town in Jamnagar.
Mhm.
So I met some months before a friend, like a woman at a conference,
Mhm.
and she knew a man from India who traveled whole India by bike.
Mhm.
His
Mhm.
name was Akram. And his story also inspired me. And
Mhm.
Akram was a person who would always, if I call him, tell me, like, I would be like, Akram, I want to travel here. Do you know someone? And
Mhm.
he would always put me in touch with a
Mhm.
woman who
Mhm.
stays in this place.
Mhm.
And I could, according to that, plan my travel. So he introduced me to a woman who stayed in Gujarat. I
Mhm.
connected with her on Facebook. I was like, hey,
Wow.
I'm a I moved to India and I'm
Mhm.
so touched by this
Mhm.
documentary. I wanted to ask you, as you are from Gujarat, you stay in Gandhinagar, like,
Mhm.
is there any way you can help me to plan this trip? And
Mhm.
she was like, listen, I will go with you.
Wow.
So it was so crazy because she didn't know me,
Mhm.
but she was open to travel with me
Mhm.
to this place and to
Mhm.
explore this path.
Mhm.
So I went to, and that's the thing, right? I was
Mhm.
open, but I also knew she's someone I can trust because she
Mhm.
was recommended to me by a person who's doing it. So I went to Gandhinagar. It's also a very beautiful city.
Mhm.
I went to the some museums, and then we went by night bus to Jamnagar and
Mhm.
really went to this place. I
Mhm.
contacted this institution. They got back to me that I can visit. We
Mhm.
arrived very early, so we
Mhm.
had to wait for some hours until it
Mhm.
opened. But it
Mhm.
was super interesting. They showed me around, and honestly, it was like only half an hour
Mhm.
visiting this place.
Mhm.
But I think it was the whole trip, you know, like how
Mhm.
to get there,
Mhm.
organize it,
Mhm.
and yeah, I was very touched, you know, to be in the place, and
Mhm.
there were
Mhm.
pictures, and I
Mhm.
learned also that there are still people also like trips organized from Poland. So
Mhm.
I found this super interesting, and I think it was one of my fondest memories.
Mhm.
The most adventurous trip
Mhm.
because it's not a typical tourist destination.
Mhm.
No, it was
Mhm.
really, I saw it on this YouTube and
Mhm.
I wanted to make it happen. And
Mhm.
with the right people, it worked out. So
Mhm.
this was one story. And on the other hand, I was super grateful for the weddings that I could attend.
Mhm.
I think like I weddings, Christian weddings, Hindu weddings, in different
Wow.
places in India.
Mhm.
And it was so interesting again for me to see how different these weddings were
Mhm.
organized,
Mhm.
how, you know, the traditions were different, the music, the
Mhm.
culture.
Mhm.
I'm always looking back to these topics.